U.S. strikes the deal with Canada over their northern border. According to internal documents obtained by the Los Angeles Times and a source familiar with the negotiations, the United States and Canada have struck an agreement that allows each country to turn back asylum seekers who cross the northern border without authorization. And this deal is the latest expansion of President Biden's effort to discourage asylum seekers from entering the United States without prior authorization. The new policy, which applies to people without United States or Canadian citizenship who are caught within 14 days of crossing the border between Canada and the United States, is expected to take effect immediately. And if you are caught within 14 days of crossing the border from Canada to the U.S., you will not be able to seek asylum, and you will be summarily deported back to another country. Now, according to source, the negotiations, which have been going for several years, were completed after recent increases in a number of unauthorized crossings of the border. Both the United States and Canada have struggled to deal with people who entered the country without permission. President Biden and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had a series of meetings in Ottawa on Thursday to discuss key strategic interests, including migration. Really, you think about it. What does this mean? Well, if you get caught within the first 14 days of crossing the border from Canada to the U.S., not going to be able to apply for asylum. So who's this going to reward? It's going to reward people who are really good at hiding. All right. It's going to reward people who are smart enough when they cross the border. They don't hang out near the border. They go, go, go. If you make it past 14 days and you're running and running and running and nobody catches you, well then, okay, well then we'll accept your asylum case. So just forces people to break laws more, if anything. The new deal would update the so-called Safe Third Country Agreement between the two countries. That agreement took effect in 2004, as long required migrants who arrive through an official port of entry to seek asylum in a country they passed through first. The old agreement, however, did not apply to people who crossed the northern border without permission. So if you remember, people who go to Mexico, if you touch down in Mexico and then cross into the United States without inspection, now under the new laws, you can't apply for asylum in the U.S. because the only place you could have applied for asylum is Mexico. So coming from the southern border, the only people who could apply for asylum now moving forward who entered the country without inspection are Mexicans, unless you applied for asylum before the law changed. And coming from Canada, if you get caught within 14 days, you can't apply for asylum. But if you're a good hider and you're a really fast runner and you got caught on the 15th day, all right, we'll let you apply. Pretty silly. The administration also plans a new rule to limit asylum across the southern border, which is what we just talked about. And the source explained the new agreement with Canada, along with Ottawa's decision to offer 15,000 new slots for legal entry, is part of the Biden administration's effort to work with other countries to increase consequences for people who cross borders without authorization. The source said the drop in border crossings in February proves that the new approach is already working at the southwest border. U.S. arrests for migrants at the U.S.-Canada border, while rare compared with those at the U.S. border with Mexico, have gone up in the last several months. The 2,856 arrests of migrants at the northern border this fiscal year, which began in October, have already eclipsed the previous year's arrests, and almost 40,000 migrants had entered Canada from northern New York State, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation reported last month. So a lot of people who are living in the United States who probably can't apply for asylum anymore because they're undocumented more than a year are now trying their shot at Canada and trying to cross over illegally into Canada. But if you cross over illegally into Canada and you're caught within the first 14 days going into Canada, you're going to have a problem too. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.